with Aloha. I matched some of the colors. So if you're here, yeah, and you've written this out, you can go up here to the color fill, and you can select this little eyedropper and then post it right up here at the green that you want. You'll match the green that's in there. Kind of gives it a little bit of congruent, as far as common look and feel with this. So what I would do with this now is I would go back over to InDesign. So let me say done here. We'll go back into designs. I'll pick a picture that I'm going to put it on. Let's say this one. It's a Facebook cover. So I just chose the format that I wanted to use. It'll resize when you put it in an ad. So here I want to import that photo that picture, that bug, and I want it to go here, right? So first off, I want rounded corners. I don't want square edges. So I'm going to go up here to shapes, and I'm going to select this box. Now it looks horrible right now, but all I'm going to do is place it over here, stretch it out a little bit. We can stretch it out to there, and maybe stretch it out to here, and pull that all the way down. So we've got a placeholder, basically, an image holder, right? So now I'm going to go to images, and I'm going to add an image. And I did download this one, so let's just go and say I'm going to use this one that I downloaded, right? And you can double click on it. I think that works. Yep, it comes into your images, right? So now I've got that little bug in there, so I put it in the middle of the screen, now it looks good. So now I'm going to resize it down, right? And let's say I want it that big. So I need this box to be just a bit bigger. All right, I'm going to put this over the top so that it covers the square corners, the square edges. For me, I think it just makes it look a little bit better. So here, now it's still gray, right? So you don't want that gray with the white. You want to change this up here to white. And now you've got a little rounded corner logo that looks a little bit more eye-catching. See how the corners pop up? But there you go. Now you've got something that looks a little bit, I think, a little more classy, right? So this also has a black border around it. You may want to go up and change the border to a totally white border. So now it looks more, a little bit better. And actually, this bug right here pretty much has all the information that Michelle Del Rosario wants us to use. Realtor, salesperson, license number, Keller Williams Realty Maui. You can still, in the ad, put the Keller Williams logo over here, right? When you put it in the ad. So this, I would save. Let me get rid of this right now. And I would download this, high quality, and then just download. And it's going to save on my computer. It preps it up here, so you have to watch this little gear wheel. It'll come up and say, okay, what do you want to name it? You can rename it whatever you want. And save it to your downloads folder, wherever you would save something. Then you go back over into Command. Now you've got the digital piece that you're going to use, right? So now it wants to take me back into design, so let me get back to Command. Now we're going to go into campaigns, and we're going to start a campaign. And let's just say this is a social post, right? You can do this with just a social post. And I would try on that first, most likely, right? So we're going to create a new campaign, social post, browse your design library, and we just put it in there. They've been telling me the command's a little buggy this morning, so let's try and see if it comes up. Give it just a second here. Okay. Upload an image. We downloaded it, right? So just for safekeeping, we'll use this one and say open. And we're gonna crop it where it's, I'm gonna lose the guy over there fishing. You'll pick a better photo, right? Or make one that's a different size for a social post. Crop the image, and then that's how it's gonna display. And then you can post that out. See how Keller Williams is over on the right-hand side? Down here, you can choose right or left. If you choose left, it's going to go right over the top of all the stuff that you did. So I prefer to keep my stuff on the right-hand side. People normally read right to left, so they're going to see my information first, and then you enter whatever text you want. Go ahead.
Really quickly, also, you can also get the transparent logo. So if you wanted to bleed into the background more and still stand out, so just make sure you have that. If you don't, reach out to myself or Robert, or you can also go to MyKW and under the documents and then the logos, you can get that transparent logo from there. Perfect. If you want. Perfect.
So I'm gonna let go of my screen right now. And does anybody have any questions on this? Cool tips, cool tricks. I mean, shapes are pretty neat. They look pretty basic, but there's a lot of stuff you can do with them. So, and just this right here, if you think about back when we were in designs, there's a layering piece that tells you, do you want that shape to be in front of or behind? And you can select up there, I want it to go back by 1, which takes it back behind the image that you're trying to place there. So if that shape ends up hiding your image, you can adjust the layer. Does that make sense?
Yes, Robert.
Yay. So some people get totally confused by layering, and it's, you know, it's kind of neat. It's neat that it does that.
All right, so if you want to release the share, and then I will share my screen. And so we're gonna do several different things. So I'm gonna show you my PowerPoint presentation that kind of goes over what we're gonna do, what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna show a couple videos, how to, and then I'm actually going to do an actual demonstration for you as well. So let's get into it, and I'm gonna share my screen. Robert, could you do me a huge favor? Can you see if you can go into Facebook on your end and see if you can go live? I didn't have any issues this morning on Mission Possible, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. But anyway, can everyone see my screen? Stop the scroll.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So stop the scroll. All right, so what does stop the scroll mean? When you are surfing the web, Facebook or social media, it's just basically getting people to stop what they're doing, stop the scroll so they can check you out and definitely become one of your clients. And so that's the ultimate goal in the stop the scroll. We want to get people to click on our content, check it out, and do follow up. So we want to create a strong call to action. So the next slide. So we're going to have an introductory video, a video that I actually created. And I'm going to give you the backstory in just a minute. Then we're also going to talk about Facebook ads in terms of suggested interest categories to capture more qualified leads. Then we're also going to highlight social post topics, lead headers, and then we're actually going to do a how to create a neighborhood video. And so those are our primary things that we're going to cover today. So this is actually, I'm getting ready to play a video that I created, and this is a neighborhood video that I used, and I chose Makawao because I live in Makawao upcountry. So created that. I'm going to show you the video, and then we're going to walk through some steps of how I created the video. We'll do another video, and then I'll actually show you 2 ways that you can actually create your own neighborhood video. So here we go. right, so the next one.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. And I don't want to keep doing that. So here's how I found that information. Number one, I do want to stress the fact that that video took me all of maybe 5 minutes to create. The key thing is when you're going into the video and the creation modules within Command, the one thing that took me all of 10 minutes to do was I reached out, and Robert jumped on MLS because I'm not a licensed agent, so I had to rely on Robert to do this for me. But what I did before I actually created the video is I went into the data of MLS or Paragon, went in and did a search of all properties or active listed properties for Makawao. And then you see right here, it has like the total listing count of 16, days on market, the average 201, the high side, the low side, and then the average. That was all the information that I put into that video. The key thing that I want to stress is when you start creating that video, there's going to be some information that's already going to be in there. The thing is that you want to make sure that that information is valid and up to date. So that's why I asked Robert to go into Paragon and do this search within MLS as it relates to Makawao properties only. So then that way I could vet that information before I created my video. And so total time I spent was 20 minutes. Again, 10 minutes was really just, you know, working with Robert and making sure I got what I needed. And then after that, you know, maybe 15. Then 5 minutes, the video is done, it's professional. And then when I'm talking about the things that you want to make sure that you have in your videos, that this does for you automatically. So I'm going to stop talking for just one quick second to see if there are any questions before I go to the next slide. Okay. So here are a couple of things as it relates to your social media interest category, specifically when you're utilizing the algorithm associated with Keller Williams for Facebook. These are a couple of interest categories, and we'll talk about that, and we have talked about it before, but we'll reiterate that. When you're doing interest categories to enhance the potential people that will stop the scroll, click on whatever it is you're doing in terms of your social post, these are some of the interest categories that are vetted KW-wide. So you want to consider Zillow, Realtor.com, Trillia, mortgage insurance, mortgage loans, calculator, house hunting, house again, sorry, it's repeating, and then house hunting, sorry about that. I have created, with the help of Robert, a PDF that I will email everyone with all of this information, but I just wanted to highlight some of the interest categories that if you have not consistently used them when you're posting social posts and or paid ads on Facebook, this is a great start for you. I don't know if you want to add anything, Robert, or just nodding your head. That's fine.
Yeah, I was just going to say that list that we have is actually a list that a lot of agents around the country are using. So they are pretty much the default categories that we would like, you know, start with, because once your ad starts producing leads and you copy that ad, it's going to copy all those interests. So you don't have to do it every time, but try those interests first, see what kind of results you get. If they're favorable results, then all you have to do is swap out the picture of the ad copy and your interests will be there. You won't have to go back and reinvent that wheel, right? That's it.
So 4 proven social media methods. You want to have a crafty, attention-grabbing headline. Many of you know that. We're going to take a look at it. Animate your post. That video does it for you. So it's totally animated. It's got the captions to the video. It's bright and it's high quality. So those are your key things that you want to keep in mind, as I'm sure you do, but just make sure that it's top of mind in terms of having a fail-proof system as it relates to your social media posts. So then when it comes to real estate catchy email headlines, again, I'm going to email you this so you don't need to write it down, but some of them are similar interest hooks. These are email headlines that you can also utilize on social media, Facebook. I heard you're looking for a home, or what you should know about whatever it is. Why other agents can't help you? That one I would be a little leery on, but that's totally your preference. Sometimes people don't want, sometimes you can communicate you're kind of a know-it-all and you're downplaying other agents, so you may not necessarily want to use that, but again, that's personal preference. I'm just telling you what I think. Up and coming neighborhoods, where you should buy, sell, mystery, where do you go from here? We don't know what's next, we've got you covered. So these are all proven, vetted hooks within real estate in terms of email headlines that can also work for social media. So then you have a few more. I'm going to move my screen again. We've got you covered. It's better if you didn't know. Here's your private invite. All of those things, again, have been vetted to be very catchy and eye-appealing to where people will actually stop and read a headline, whether it's in an email and or also on a social media post. And then I know Robert's a big proponent of this. I am as well. You can also integrate an emoji with that, because then that just gives your headline more impact, more color, more drama, if you will. So no drama in your life, just drama in your email headers. So I just want to make sure that's clear. Urgency, almost. There's still time. It begins today. Anytime you can create a sense of urgency with any taglines and or headlines, that's also a great thing. Then proven headlines, I'm going to come back to that. So let's design. So any questions or comments, because I'm going to show you another video of one way that you can create, or talking about multiple ways that you can actually create the video that I had at the very beginning, and then we're actually going to do it together, or you can follow along, whichever you prefer. Any questions or comments so far? Okay, so let's watch this video, another video. And then can you see my blank screen? Okay, just want to make sure. And I think it's this one.
This is Bryson from KWU, and today we'll be learning how to create a social quick post featuring the KW app commercial. In campaigns, you can now create social quick posts that promote your new KW app, and there are several types of quick posts, including images promoting your app, but the most trending quick post includes a video commercial designed to get your followers and friends excited about your new KW app. But before you can schedule social posts, you must connect your social media accounts to Command through the Connected Applications page in Command Settings. To access that page, simply click the drop-down next to your name and select Settings. You will find Facebook and Twitter options labeled Post Scheduling, which are separate from the connections you set up to send ads. Now, let's get started. First, log into agent.kw.com with your Keller Williams login credentials. Once you're logged in, click the Campaigns icon on the left side of the page. Next, click the Social Posts tab at the top of the page. Next, at the bottom right of the page, you will see a Social Post category in the Suggested Quick Posts section. What you'll need to do is refresh the page until you see a video appear. Once you see the video appear underneath the Social Posts category, go ahead and click the arrow icon in the bottom right-hand corner of the video post. The text section of this post will already have a message added. This is where you will ensure that your KW app URL has auto-populated into the message correctly, as this is what you want people to click on to download your branded app. You can also edit any part of the message that you want. Next, you will select when you want this post to go out. You have two options to choose from: Publish Immediately and Schedule Post. If you select Publish Immediately, this video will be immediately posted to your social page once you are done editing the video. If you select the Schedule Post option, you will select the date and time you want the video to be posted. So for this example, we'll select Schedule Post, select our day. If we scroll down further, we can schedule our time. Next, you will select the social media channels where you want the video to be posted. You can choose Facebook, Twitter, or both. Once you are done, go ahead and click Schedule or Publish Post depending on which option you chose. Here is where you can preview the post once more before publishing it or scheduling it, and you can view your preview through the different social media channels that you've selected. And once you're ready to go, click Publish or Schedule Post one more time depending on which option you chose. Once your post has been scheduled, you can view it in your social post queue, and if you click these three dots, you can either edit or delete your post before its scheduled time if need be. For more resources on the KW app, click the question mark in the top right-hand corner, select Keller Williams University, and use the search. Thank you.
All right. So let's actually, I'm going to go into my command, and I'm going to give you 2 ways to do this. So my command, and you all can see that, correct? Okay. All right. So let me get out of here. So there's 2 ways that you can do it. Bryston showed you the way through campaigns and social posts. The other way is actually to go into designs. I know Robert highlighted that at the very beginning of the class. It's really important that you get into designs and start playing with it. I've been doing it for several months now, and so all of the flyers and stuff that I put out that you'll see, all of that stuff I've been doing that through command. So if you want to reach out to me about, utilizing some stuff, you can see some of the stuff that I've created. One of the new things we're doing, ALC branded images for all offices on Maui. So you'll start seeing that shortly. So just reach out to me and or Robert. But again, going back to the actual video. So what you want to do is, I'm definitely in my designs. Then from designs, you'll see at the very top, you'll see video. So you can click on video. And then again, you can hit the plus sign on the right-hand side. You'll see my video already came up. So then again, video is highlighted. You see the bluish teal highlight. So then from here, this is where you can type in your search. So if I wanted to do Kihei, I could do Kihei. Again, for the search, you have to keep in mind that you need a city and state. And let's just say we want to do South Kihei. So then we would select, and you see the blue select here for South Kihei. Then you hit next. Then again, so here's all that information. Remember the video that you saw at the onset for the Makawao? So here is the average home price. This may not necessarily be accurate, so you want to make sure that you do your due diligence and research on MLS in terms of what the average home price in whatever area that you're promoting. The one thing that I want to stress also for the newer agents or agents in general that don't have a listing, this is a great way to find buyers by targeting neighborhoods. Let's say, for example, you want to start selling in a neighborhood that you're not necessarily familiar with. Maybe you want to, expand your reach. That's a great opportunity to create whatever that neighborhood is, create that video, get it out there, and be able to attract buyers. And so you can do this for sellers and buyers, but I just wanted to make sure that it's very clear to everyone that don't be discouraged if you don't have a listing. You can utilize this for buyers, attracting buyers as well. And so then average home prices, again, once you do your research, you'll do the drop-down menu. Is it on the rise, decline, holding? So you'll be able to plug that in really quick. If I wanted to change this, all I had to do was click on here, and then I could change the average home price. I can change the average price per square foot. I can also say, is that holding steady? Is it decline? Is it increasing? So there's an option to change that. And then the number of homes for sale, again, it's on the reports. I change that. I go in here, days on market, you can change that. You can also change the neighborhood features. Remember in that video, it said, what people are saying about, Makawao. Those are things that I actually put in there. So I went to my drop down. First of all, you can do up to 3. So you want to deselect all of those. And then you want to hit your drop down menu. and then go through here to see, you know, what it is. So coffee culture. Let's do another one. I'm just book loving. Daytime leisure. Your agent information is going to be pulled from your marketing profile. So that's all accurate. If it's not, definitely change it. Your market center brokerage, I'm not a broker, so I just put 111 so you can see that. But the brokerage license number for Keller Williams is in there. And then each office is independently operated. I'm just gonna say next for now, even though that's not, you know, I didn't vet that information, but I just wanted to show you how easy it was to create. It's gonna take a few minutes.
That's pretty easy. I mean, that's not much to put in. It's really easy.
Exactly. Right? It's super easy and it's very interactive. And people are getting a lot of traction on this. So going back to Sarah, what you mentioned earlier in terms of your leads, I know that Dylan did this and he had about almost 30 leads just from this video alone. So then you want to save it. The beauty about doing it this way, there's two ways to do it, but this way is great because you can save it. Now notice, don't get alarmed. Here's my designs. See, it's not there. So don't get alarmed if it's not. You can either go back into designs or do a refresh. So don't get nervous. And then see how South Kihei, so all I did is went up to the top, hit my refresh, and now it's in there. The beauty about this is you can click on this, you can download it, and then you can send it to Michelle Del Rosario just to quickly look at it and to make sure that it's, you know, it's good to go from a marketing standpoint. And then you can use it for a campaign from here. You can share it to social from here. So that's the first way.
Hey, Latasha, I think also if you click on the video tab at the top, it should now be over in the video tab too. Well, after you hit refresh,
yes.
So you should have both.
Yes, after you hit refresh, it will be, but I just wanted to make sure people knew that if you don't see it initially, don't freak out, just hit refresh and then it'll be not only available on your designs, but also in your video. Thanks for pointing that out, Robert. So then here you can go into your three dots. Again, you can either download it to send it to Michelle real quickly. You can do the campaigns, share the social. The other way, which is what Bryson did, is you went into actual campaigns. And so then from there, if you just wanted to do a social post, you go into social post. And then if you don't see it, you can always refresh. But here it's right here in terms of the video campaign. So I can click on it from there where it says share, or share basically means to, that's a share arrow, but basically it's a create video. So here's the other way that I can do it. So I can go through the whole process again from there. So I'm gonna stop talking. What questions? Has anybody created this video? First of all, first question.
Yes.
I have.
And Marcus, for you, what kind of results did you get from there?
I did not publish it through the campaigns on Facebook, so I really just got people in my, social circle commenting on it. I feel like I'm not utilizing the full potential of the Facebook ads to do this. I have another video that's a open house virtual open house tour that I was planning on posting today, and I'm just wondering if I'm doing it wrong or something like that. I should be posting them through command, I guess.
Yes.
I think if you do post it in, if you post it in command, Marcus, you'll be able to get better, easier one-stop shop looks at it. I mean, you'll be able to see who liked it, response, that kind of thing. I would encourage you to start posting stuff through command, because you can look at the entire month and schedule out posts all throughout that month and then just let it fire. Big people that play with this really at a really high level is Adam and Jessica Miller, and they've got stuff scheduled out for months already ready to go, and they just go back in and manipulate what goes out on what day, or so I mean, you can schedule a whole bunch of stuff out. I'm not that forward looking, so I schedule Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I'm back in the next week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, however I do it. But it's kind of an easier look if you're in command and you can see what's going to go out rather than going into your Facebook. I don't even know on Facebook. I suppose you can schedule a post out, but you don't really have a view back into it.
You can,
Right.
yeah, you can schedule a post out on Facebook. It's more linear, so it's going to be up and down vertical look. It's not going to be more like a calendar view. You can go into later.com. That's also a free website that you can actually post out and see. But really going back to what Robert said, it's crucial that you guys take advantage of it if you have not, because you're basically capitalizing on the algorithm that KW has, and that's going to boost your posts up significantly. So I would also, Marcus, and then I want to hear from Sarah as well, but I would also look into your titles and the word choice and emojis that you're using, and make sure that they're eye-catching, eye-appealing. So you can always send it to either myself or Robert and just say, hey, check this, video out real quickly. Do you have any, words of wisdom or anything I should add? So we can always do that for you. And those videos are super short. I mean, it doesn't take any time to be able to just put, play it and then just say, hey, what about this kind of thing?
Yeah, some of that canned stuff that's inside a command. If you shuffle through some of that stuff, there's actually an advertisement for your app. That's the one Bryston talked about, right? You can just pick and play with whichever one you want. Just because you're playing with it doesn't mean you're going to post it, but at least go through the motions so that when you're ready to do it, you understand the process, and that's what this is all about too. Yeah.
One thing I will say, and then I want to hear from Sarah, also too, going back to the video that I created at the onset for Makawao, when you go into a social post, like for me, I knew of an agent that had a listing in Makawao. So what I was able to do on a social post, the Facebook, was also add that listing. So when people click more, they're going to see that listing. So if you have a listing, or if you are promoting a listing of someone else's that is in that area, there's a way that when they click on to learn more, that's the featured listing that they see. So that's also another way that you can partner with another broker in that area and to be able to cross promote that, and then also get more, basically to get more leads, qualified leads from your Facebook social posts. From Sarah, so you did it as well, and tell me how it went. Now, is that also considered one of the things that you mentioned at the onset in terms of your Facebook post that you already did?
No, I just created the video months ago when the video first came out. So something for everyone to just be aware of, just like you did, Latasha, is that the neighborhoods are based on next door. And so for here on the west side, that actually, and I would say for Kihei as well, that can be challenging because then it includes data of homes and condos, which can really skew things. So changing that data based on what you're needing, I guess. So yeah, I found it a little challenging, but I'm thrilled that the video exists and it's easy to post and put out there. One more question, just while I'm here, does anyone already have saved what our brokerage license number is, just so I can enter that correctly right now while I'm creating a new one?
Yeah, I have. Robert, you have it?
Yeah, 21851.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Crystal, have you created the video or a video?
We'll wait for Crystal real quick. I just wanted to let everybody know. Oh, Crystal's on. Go ahead, Crystal.
Oh, no, I have not. This is.
I was
Do you
just gonna,
have
I
some
was gonna
interest
add
in
to
it?
that. I was gonna add to that, Latasha, that there's only one video there right now, so they're kind of checking temperature on that at KWRI. There are some ads for your app, and I would not be surprised if they're going to release more. So getting in and learning the structure and the mechanics of it now will probably benefit you in some days to come, right? Whenever they decide to release some more. So
They're definitely going to release some more, but I would also encourage you, for those Mac users, to go into iMovie and create some images, just really quick, you know, videos that you can easily just drag and drop. So all of your professional images that you may have, if you have a listing, or even if you don't, you can still create that look within iMovie until, you know, Command has more templates. But that's just an easy way to do it. I do it all the time for my business, where I run, 20-second, 15, 20-second videos. Typically, I try to make sure that I do 2 versions. I do one that's under 40 seconds, and then I do one that's a little longer. And the thing is that people have a short attention span. And if you can't grab them within the first 10, 20 seconds, you've lost them. So that's, again, going back to making sure your titles, your headers are all eye-catching. One that I did for Karen on the project that we were working on for a staging, I put in the title, like, "Are you looking for me?" And then, put like eyeglasses and a big, big eyes. And so people like, "Well, what are you talking about? What's going on?" So that was really a cool way to do that. So be super creative when you're thinking about, how you're going to get people to click and to stop that scroll. Robert, do you want to weigh in, and then we'll take any other questions?
No, I like that idea, and I wouldn't jam up your page with nonstop real estate ads over and over and over again. I would do a split of maybe 60-40. Do one business ad and then maybe another business ad that is maybe different related, maybe an app one and a video, and then go in and do a personal post, because people don't want you to be a robot. They want you to be a person. So make sure you have something personal on there as well. It doesn't have to be about you brushing your dog, or just something, right? Something that shows that you're actually a human and not just a robot actually spitting out videos. So there is a human factor to this as well.
The one thing I do want to share, and I think I've mentioned this again, when you are posting, if you're posting on a regular basis, definitely what Robert's saying is golden. Make sure that you interject, your personal, brand, your personal, just your personality, so people get a glimpse of who you are. One of the things that I did on my own business Instagram page is I have what I call Aloha Friday Funnies. And that's every Friday I put a funny out there. The last funny, I think it was 2 funnies ago, it was my top performing post for the last couple weeks. And so what I did is I shared the story of my husband and I going to get a couples massage after COVID-19. And so we went in, we got our massage, we were walking to the car, and my husband says to me, he was like, "Oh, how do you feel, or how was the massage?" And I'm like, and I do have to warn you, hopefully I don't offend anybody when I say this, but I was like, for my first condom massage, that feels pretty good. And he was like, "What?" And so now they wear like latex gloves when they give you a massage. And then he just thought that was just a hilarious thing. And I got so many people commenting on that. Again, it was nothing related to staging, any of the design, but it was just me like sharing funny things that happen. So just don't be afraid to do that, have that human element. You just want to make sure you have a balance in that.
Yeah, another add-on to that too is, we've all got our personal Facebook pages and business pages that you can log into on your phone. I was down at Kalama Park the other day, and I was just walking around the park, and I decided to go live. I had 120 people all of a sudden on my live, actually, thumbs up and hearts and all of that stuff. And it's like, it's just another way to increase possible interest, if not in you, then, maybe in your business, because these people might know people who are going to do business. And, the referral stuff is pretty big right now. So, and it always has been. It's not like it's ever gone away, but you don't have to look for that one that's buying a house. It could be that one who knows 3 that are buying houses. Business comes that way too. So.
I have a question.
Questions? Oh yeah, Terry, sorry.
Regarding going live, is it only people that are on your Facebook network that are seeing your live post? So it's only your friends, so to speak.
Right, yeah. So I did something, I opened up my Facebook to everybody. So
The public?
I end up with friends that I have no idea who they are. But if I 2,500 friends, right? And maybe I have 5, right? So I don't have 2,500, but if I go live, all those people get some kind of a notification that says, hey, somebody in your sphere is going live. And then you have the chance to say, if this person ever goes live again, notify me. And then that way, if they say, okay, well, I found this interesting, they're going to go back. And usually pictures of the beach or walking along the ocean, or, for landlocked folks over on the mainland, they love that stuff. So, just sit somewhere and, turn it, maybe a quick shot of yourself saying hello, and then turn the camera around and just pan the ocean, zoom in on a couple surfers. It gets huge hits. It really does. And I mean, it's an easy thing to start off with, right?
Okay.
Oceans and cocktails. So whether you drink or not.
Food for whatever reason.
Yep, food and cocktails. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have one more question.
Yeah.
So if we're doing, say, a live post like that, walking down the beach, having a cocktail, whatever, and you're not saying anything about real estate, does that have to be approved by Michelle? No. It's only when you're actually advertising for your business. Okay. Thank you.
And that's the beauty of it. You just go through daily life, you know what I mean? And just something that you kind of take for granted here, as Robert was saying, other people that are landlocked don't have that. So, one thing that I have done, not now because we're in COVID, but when my girlfriends and I used to regularly, we love to go to the resorts and go and do live music. I used to go live with those, the performers that were going live, and me and my girlfriends sitting, just having a cocktail or whatever. And those got so much, views because people don't have access to that. So.
Somebody else that operates the personal video space at a pretty high level is on our call right now. He hasn't said hello yet, but Don, I know you're there. I've watched some of your videos.
I think Lucy also had something. Lucy, did you have a question? And then we would definitely want to hear from Don.
There's Don.
And sorry, I'm working on 3 things on my 3 screens. So
you need 5 screens, Don. You need 5 screens.
I do.
Stop it.
I would go for a few more screens.
I was just saying that you guys do a lot of social posts, video-wise, personal, not necessarily real estate. I said you do have a nice balance of the both, right?
Yeah, on our personal page, we really don't do much real estate at all. What we do, so we've got a personal page and a business page, right? So we'll do the business post on the business page, whether it's a walkthrough or whatever. And what we'll do is, not every one of them, but some of them we'll share to our personal page. So that way it really gets out to a bunch. I think Tammy's got 2,000 friends. I have close to 2,000. And we have, I think, 900 to 1,000 on our business page likes. So that's kind of how we get that out. But we do very little business stuff on our personal page. But kind of a twist we do that I would suggest is, when you're doing a video like at the beach or whatever, you can say, well, I was on my way to a showing and just saw this beach. So then they hear that I'm a realtor and I'm doing stuff, but I'm not sitting there slamming being an agent down their face, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of times where we'll go see a view at a house, and we'll just go out and I'll do a quick video and say, we're showing a house right now. This view is unbelievable. I thought you'd want to see it.
Yeah, awesome.
One thing that we've heard from Tony Giordano that we're trying to institute a lot is saying the word you when you're doing a video, as if you're talking to another person. So that personal touch, rather than just kind of a blanket statement, makes them feel, I thought you would want to see this video. Here's a great place I thought you would like.
Feels like more one-to-one rather than one-to-many.
Exactly. Yeah. So when they're watching it, they start, feeling like it's you. And it's funny how once you really start doing this, people think you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
I've had people call me and go, I can't believe I'm talking to you. I feel like I'm talking to a celebrity. And you're going, what? Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, once you start doing that, getting your videos out, you'll start getting contacts out of the blue. We got a call from a guy from the UK this week that got us through another person that found us through YouTube in Switzerland. And so we're working on finding him a property right now. And it's all because we're doing videos and they like the videos.
I saw that on the internal KW post page. I saw that post that you put in there. Yeah.
I do want to send a shout out though. There's another agent that's also doing that, and I just want to encourage her. Sarah Twitchell does an amazing job of getting those live videos out on her story on IG. So I see you, Sarah. I see you. I see you. Keep it up.
Thanks, Latasha.
You're welcome. Any other questions or comments? Lucy, did you get your question answered? I know at one point in time you raised your hand, but I wasn't sure if we answered the question you had or if you still have.
Yeah, just quickly, how, you know, the beautiful video that I saw, the one that I followed you through most of it, how, I don't want it, I want to make sure, because I'm not so as techno as most of you guys, but I'm trying. How do I
You're doing an
really,
awesome job.
how do I look at it without going anywhere for sure? Like what you showed, just clicking on it will come out and I can see it without you know, I don't want to click, download and all this and it goes. Do you know what I'm
So
saying?
it's not, so great question, Lucy. So just to clarify, there were two ways that you can create it. The first way that you can create it is going into designs. When you create it in designs, it's not going anywhere. So until you tell it to go somewhere, that's when it will go. So that's probably the best bet for you, at least for now, until you get a little more comfortable. Actually go into designs and create the video first, and then you can always save that. Just maybe go that route first before you go into the other way, the social post. So that will be a way that you're guaranteed it's not going anywhere until you're ready for it to go somewhere.
And by clicking on it, once I formulate it, get the neighborhood and all that, I can download it and I will see it before it goes anywhere.
And you can see, I was gonna say, you can also see it once you save it. So remember when I walked through that process and I saved it, and at first you couldn't see it, then I hit my refresh. So then the refresh button will allow you to see it on your designs page, my designs, and then you'll also be able to see it in your video. So you'll be able to see it there too. And you can play it from there as well if you want. So Robert, did I?
Yeah, it's not going anywhere when you do that. So you'll have to actually say publish post and make a move for that. If you're in designs and you're creating something, it's not going anywhere but to designs, and you'll be able to view it, see it, edit it in there. Or you can either call Latasha and myself. We can come in and look at it and go, how do I change this? That's fine. Give us a call. I'm happy to walk through that with you, and I'm sure Latasha is as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
Patty, you have any questions? Miss Patty, you don't want me to keep singing.
Good morning, Patty. How are you? Hit your space bar, you'll be able to talk. Nope, she may be.
She's like my nephew. She don't want to talk.
He might be on the phone. Who knows? He's a busy lady.
Crystal, any comments or questions? No? Oh, there you are.
Bar doesn't work for me to unmute. Sorry.
No worries.
But no questions yet. Thank you.
Okay. Well, that's it for today. We will have a follow-up. If you ever have any other questions, I will email you all of those catchy phrases. There's two of them. There is the Facebook interest PDF that I will send all of you. And then the second one is going to be the catchy email headlines that you can use also for social posting. Robert, do you want to have any parting words?
Have a great day, you guys, and get online and make some videos. Screw up a couple of times. It doesn't hurt. Once you go live, You can always delete it. It's not like there's going to be a million people looking at you. I mean, Don's a celebrity, but all of us, we got time to go yet. So it's okay to screw up, fail, forward, faster, right?
Hashtag
Thanks, you
Don
guys.
Harris goals.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
Bye.
Aloha.
Have a great day.
Thank you.